he'll complete that activity, okay, and then pass on that. As soon as he will complete that activity. Again, we can have an active new activity, which will be assigned to the adjuster so that he can review and he can do the claim investigation like that. Okay, so it depends on the business to business. It is used very often. So in your interview, you can say that you have worked on activity. It's good that if you include the activity and work plan in your resume, right, because we have discussed it. So you might have got an idea. That's how the activities and work plan works. And say Tarun, if I want to describe the flow as per the code. So when we start creating the claim, where is the entry point in the code? So first it comes to the work plan. No, it will not go to the work plan. It will not go to the work plan. It will go to the claim process. So that would be a main class. Yes, or process class. So it will go to first. First thing. It will first go to the whenever you are creating the claim, right? Code. Wise, it will first go to the PCF files. On which PCF files you are into? I mean you enter the dates and all those things, and you enter the submit right. Okay, when you enter submit. So those are the generated files. I think we don't have access to change those files, if you want to suppose, during the submit, if we want to perform some operations, right? So when we click on submit right, these rules are run in the back end one by one. So that's the behavior, yeah. And if I want to debug something or just want to understand the existing flow, how the application, they configure their application, I mean in Java dash, what I can do is I can keep some debug points and, yes, you can debug. So once I have a submit button, it might come to controller and then from controller it might go to a service. Yeah, right. So here in Guidewire, because this is not something which is from the scratch and some files are hidden as well, like some files which are in .java notation. Right. Those are the hidden files. So that's why I know, say I'm getting some error and I want to debug. So how will I know which module I need to go and check, say if it's a PCF file or is it in the logger? Yeah, in the logger, whenever suppose something is error outright. So in the logger it will give you the file names. Okay, so it'll go to the file and you will check, okay, which file has triggered that in the logger. So you will get that information and you will have. You have the feasibility to put the debug points here as well, okay, so when I'm there, shouldn't be a flow right. So once I submit the button first assignment rules or whatever rules that we have, it runs first as in rule sets and then it goes to this next step, whatever it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because all the classes are not visible to us, so I'll not be able to properly tell you the complete flow, at least in here, in that claim center. Why? Because some of the classes are there which are not readily. We don't know that. Okay, this is the button. Okay, we can see the logic of that button. I'll show you how we can take that. There is a claims file, right? So suppose we'll say, okay, we want to suppose we'll go to the FN01, okay. PCF file. So first, this is the wizard, which is the sequence of the screens, okay, which we user has to fill in, and suppose we are in the last step, save. Where we are saving the claims data. I'll go to the last step, basic info. Last detail summary. Okay, this one save and assign. Okay, so this is the PCF file. Suppose I open this PCF file. It doesn't have any save button. Let me open some other PCF file. This one. Summary screen. Okay, what happened? Got hanged. Okay. Okay, let's suppose we take an example of this screen only. Okay, so the screen will process something right on a click of a button. We are running some methods right. So let's suppose, say we are running this, go to full wizard. I'm not able to see the claim button right now. I'll check it for when we'll be creating the FNL. Right, I'll be checking it. So when you're clicking that, go to full wizard. Yeah, when we're clicking on, go to full wizard, right, so we have an action. Okay, so we'll go to the return to full wizard. So how do we go to that particular? These are the .class files. Yeah, no. So these are the .class files. How did you come to this class? I mean control. Did you hit any? Control left mouse click. Control left mouse click, OK. OK, control click, so you will go to that particular method. But here you can see, because this control click. OK. You'll go to that particular method, right? So you can only see the definition or declaration here. But you will not be able because this is a compiled code. And there is nowhere in Guide where it will be in the .class format either. What you have to do is you have to decompile it using the decompiler. Okay, then you will be able to see it. But we don't go that deeper in Guidewire where it doesn't recommend also to decompile the classes and do the changes on that classes. That's why Guidewire has come up with these rules. Okay, so if we want something, suppose we want to create a new exposures, okay, so suppose we want to create a new exposures as soon as the exposure entity is created. I want to run some business logic based on the exposure, so I will do it in the pre-update rules. So we have an exposure pre-update rules, right? So I will run those business logics here. Okay, so if my application is erroring out, my question is now. In PCF file, we have that method saying that, okay, when you hit this button, go back to call this method and it will take back to your original screen or whatever. Yes, yes, yes. So when I'm creating that button, how do I know that I need to call this particular method? You have to define. You have defined it here.